Should start.
Yeah, already starting.
Okay. Good evening, Verna. How are you?
You're just as crazy as ever.
All right. This is good.
I hear you got some things at your feet.
Yeah, they were some baby ducks. We've got them out and about, playing on the floor. So they're having a good little toddler time.
Uh-huh.
And I'm cleaning. There was an ulterior motive. I was cleaning out their cage. I need to get them a new cage going. But
Yeah.
in the meantime, I had some quail that are a little over 2 years old, and they were aging out of egg production. Like I had probably 10 hens, and I was getting maybe 2 or 3 eggs a day.
Uh-huh.
And so I butchered them tonight, and I've got a bin that goes to the compost pile. I cleaned all my quail trays out. And then when I took the heads off, I bled them out into the compost. So it's going to get, all the blood's going to get used again. I'm trying to use as much as I can. And I was going to bring quail for Lucy.
And we appreciate that.
Because I know that she loves her quail.
Oh, yeah.
And I've still got, I think, like 10 kids out there. They haven't started laying eggs, but they certainly could, because they're old enough, but I don't have any light on them. And I think that's probably the reason they're not laying eggs. And that's not a big deal to me for right now.
If you put Christmas lights around the cage, then they'll be laying in a couple weeks.
Yeah. And I had some Christmas lights, but they kind of got worse. And I pitched them. Sorry, I'm getting sign language from across the room.
Go ahead and say it. We don't care.
He was headed out because he needs to probably go to bed. But there are still baby ducks on the floor, so I got to get them into their house again. So I'm going to be doing that while we're talking. But so I took the heads off and bled them out and brought them in. And then I take the legs and wings off, and then I skin, and then I start gutting them. And as I was skinning the first one, you know how they've got that area back by their tail that looks like 2 little oval white pieces?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, right next to that, and I'll show you that here in a minute, there was another bulge through the muscle wall, and it just looked weird. And then I opened the bird, and it looked like it had, okay. So all my ducks are in a row now, or at least they're all in bed. Okay, now I can keep talking. I'm going to pull this carcass out and show you what I mean. Okay, sorry. There we go. Okay.
Give me a second. I got to do something real quick.
Okay.
I've got to get this out on Facebook so other people can come in.
Oh, okay. There we go. This is the first time I've ever been on a live stream, ever in my whole life.
Well, hopefully it won't be the last.
Crazy.
Okay, now, what was you going to show me? Let me get this so I can show you bigger.
Hi, there you are.
No, that's the wrong one. I'm trying to get it. I got to. Let's see, shifted 8. Nope, that isn't it. I got to see on the settings here.
I can't do it from my end. It's got to be from your
I
end.
know. I got. I'm the one that's got to
Okay.
do it. I just got to
Yeah.
figure out. Okay. Okay. Now if it shows down here. There we go.
There I am. Okay, so to recap this, I was butchering quail tonight, and I had several quail with unusual findings, if you will. They all looked normal. They were all walking around normal. No one had any weird behaviors. They were older. I want to say they were about 2. So I want to say I hatched them out in November 2 years ago. So they're almost 2. And their egg production had slowed down a lot. I got a new batch hatched out and I started working on them. I called them heads off, legs off, wings off, skinned, and then gutted.
Mhm.
And this was the first one that I did. I'm going to show you the carcass.
Okay.
The neck is facing me. I can
Wow.
find it in the camera. And what I'm looking at is the tail. And I'm seeing this odd bump right next to where like your normal tail glands are. I'm going to turn
Oh,
it.
that is weird. I've never seen
Yeah. Yeah, so that's just kind of it kind of looks tumorous, if you will. I'm sorry, I'm having trouble with my
Set it down.
view.
Set the meat down, the bird down.
Okay.
Hold your camera and try to enlarge that area with your camera. You know,
Is that better?
no, look at me a minute.
Okay, hang on. Okay, I'm back to looking at you,
No, you're not.
but I am.
Okay, you have to spread your hand
Oh,
like that.
you want my, hang on, there. Oh, no, I don't want that. There I am. Okay, I'm looking at you.
You can figure on the picture and go like that to to make your camera zoom.
Like that?
I can't tell what until you show me.
Okay, I'm taking my fingers and doing that on the screen, and it's making my picture bigger on my camera.
Okay,
I
now
don't know
turn
if
it.
it's
If you turn it around on the bird,
okay, turned around on the bird.
now do it
And if
there.
I do that, did that do anything for you?
No.
Okay, because that's about as big as I can make it right there.
Mm-hmm.
Does that give you why is the, I feel like things are moving the wrong direction.
Mm.
But that gives you a pretty good shot of how
I
it
have
looks.
never seen that before.
Right. So the dealio with that is it also came with internal problems. And
You know,
I
I
would,
think inside
and
the different.
this would be a bird I would not give for Lucy because I don't know what the heck is going on. But
No.
I'm going to give you a plate of odd things that I found today. I might need a bigger plate. Hang on. I need a bigger plate. We're going to need a bigger boat.
What were you feeding them?
Um, Standard layer crumble.
Hello,
Not,
Howie.
not
Standard
do-
Beer Crumble. What brand?
It's a brand out of Wilmington, Ohio called Buckley Brothers.
Hmm.
Yeah, give me a
That
second.
may be something else that you may need to talk to them because sometimes weird things happens with it's quail. Just a minute, Howie, we can show you it again.
Okay.
Hello, Mike.
Oh my gosh, we've got people here?
Yes.
Like real people? What? Wow. I apologize. I'm trying to get things staged right so that I can show the
She
correct thing.
processed some quail, and she's got some unusual findings. Yeah, it's late for me. But when somebody has an emergency and gets hold of me, I love handling it.
Okay, so this was the quail in question.
Look at that.
And there's the tailbone. And when I was processing it, I saw this weird lump when I first skinned it. I'm going to put a little more light on it. Right there.
Yeah, it gives it a blue light. Okay, that's better. What's the inside? Did you no, you didn't spapcock them. But I
No, I didn't.
like
Let's see. I can't say that I looked inside this one. This may take, I'm not sure how I'm going to do this with two hands, but I can try.
can't see much. But you can
Can't
see,
see
you
much.
won't be able to see what you get in the innards. What did you get in the innards?
Well, I've got a plate here that's got a variety of things from several quail. This, I think,
You may need
this, I think, is a lash egg. I cut it open and it was liquid yolk. It's very thick walled.
it was kind of green, wasn't it?
Yes, it is. It's kind of green.
Yeah, that's a lash egg.
Okay, so that was there, and and an undeveloped egg was with it.
Yeah.
I've got several crops or gizzards with this on the bottom end of them. If you look at the gizzard, I'm used to a gizzard being like all red and round. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, this camera's backwards, and I don't know how to get it to be.
Bit of a tumor on it.
Yeah, so there's that. Nabbit. There. So
Yeah,
I'm used to it being round and red and fleshy like this, but then you've got this on the end that is not, it didn't look right to me.
Can you cut that open?
Yes. But like I've got, let me just show you several of them.
Is there a sack on the liver?
Pardon me?
How did the livers look?
Those didn't look bad. I've got one of them here that has, no, that's another crop. I've got a liver here that looks pretty good.
Yeah, the livers look fine.
Yeah. What I'm looking at, there's a bunch.
You're looking at.
There's a bunch of them all together, and see all the yellow ends on them?
Yeah, that looks like it's something from the feed. I would change my feed.
Yeah, I think that's the plan. And
I'm sorry, Mike.
This is hard, and I believe it's an ovary because there's a couple undeveloped eggs there. And
oh my goodness.
I know it's hard. That's the thing that I was trying to tell you about. That's why I was like, can we do this on a live stream? And this is also an ovary.
Yeah, they don't look right at all.
There's undeveloped eggs there.
You would need to take a knife and cut them open.
Okay. And this is an intestine, and it's got that big nodule on it there. That's
those babies look like they're cancerous.
I know. That's why I'm like questioning whether or not I should just pitch all these and not give any of them to Lucy.
No, Lucy don't need them. She's got enough problems with her old age.
Right. So let me take some scissors and see what I can do with this. Where am I? I'm right here. Okay.
And you got pictures of this stuff, right?
Not yet.
Well, before you. Oh, okay.
That just looks like
we got
the,
tapings of it. We got tapings of it right here.
yeah, well, that looks just like the bottom end of the crop that's herniated and thinned because I cut right through it and there's feed in there. So
Uh-huh.
that looks like a herniated crop if I was going to say like it's got a thinned or a blown out bottom wall of it.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. Maybe it's because I didn't feed them grit. But I wouldn't think they'd need grit with crumble. And then there was the olive green egg. I don't know how normal that is, but
That's
it's weird.
that could be a cut it in half. That's probably another lash egg.
It's a very thin shell, but it's a really odd image.
Okay, that's a thick one. Yeah.
Yeah, just odd innards. And then you've got small intestine, and some of the loops have these dark places in them.
Yeah, it was necrotic, it looks like.
Well, I don't know. Because the rest of the intestine looks okay. And then you've got these like dangly bits, I guess you'd say.
Yeah.
I didn't see anything bad on the livers. And you'd think those would be something big that would happen immediately. But oh my gosh, I've never had quail look like this ever. I'm so grossed out.
Yeah. And I mean, all the years that I've been dealing with quail, I've never seen anything like that. That's why I say it's got to be the feed.
Okay.
You know, because that's when we had the people were calling in about that. All of a sudden, they had bought feed and their hens quit laying eggs.
Yeah.
We found, and that was right after COVID. We found out that it was because it was missing 2 of the minerals.
Okay.
And that's why right now, what I would be feeding your quail is lentils and rice cooked together. And you let it cool and let them eat that until you get some decent feed.
I'm going tomorrow morning because I'm out of the feed bag that I had. And and for today I've been using starter crumble that I use on my baby ducks.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
I would take those results with you to show what the feed did to your animals.
Wow.
Because that could be a lawsuit.
Well, it would be if I had Zach's numbers or Aaron's numbers.
Right.
That'd be bad.
But I'm still saying you're a small individual and they would hate to see that posted. The company and feed store and everything, you know, that would look very bad for them.
Wow. Well, I guess that takes the cake for, I guess I'm not going to be dropping quail off to you tomorrow, and that's why.
No.
Yeah, I can't even, I mean, I can use this in my animal traps.
That would be about the only thing it's good for.
Yeah.
Something you want to trap things you want to get rid of.
Yeah, I had a hawk kill one of my chickens the other day. And so she's in one of my coyote traps. But I have the problem of these predators getting a hold of the treats in the traps and not springing the traps. The raccoons are really good at it.
That's why you tie it to the trigger.
Yeah. With raccoons, one of my friends who kills everything, he said that you want something that they're going to have to fight with to get loose. So I've got stuff that's like wired to the top of the back of the cage, and they apparently love marshmallows like nothing else. And I used some corn cobs that weren't good for harvest and marshmallows, like wrapped in the 1/2-inch wire you use for your cage and strapped up to the ceiling. And those suckers got every bit of stuff out of there, including the corn cobs, and said, thank you very much, and left and didn't spring the traps.
Well, see, but that meat, if you trap that meat to it,
yeah,
that's a little harder.
Yeah, you're right. I may have to drill holes in those plates so that they have to try to fight with them and spring the trap. That's a good idea. Okay, good idea for the day.
Well, see, that's what I'm always good for, is ideas.
That's right. We're gonna fix these little red wagons around here. These critters need to get trapped.
I would really let them know what the feed is doing. I mean, if you want to tell what feed company it's from and stuff like that, that might say somebody else.
I wonder if it's because I just used conventional feed.
Yeah, because you don't know what it's doing to your chickens. If it's did it to your quails, it just does it to quails faster than it does chickens.
Yeah.
So if you're feeding
well, my chickens aren't laying eggs, but they're kind of in molt, so it's hard telling like why they're not laying.
Yeah, but I'd be looking at every single one of them to see if you feel a growth on them.
Yeah. It's just wow.
Good night, Howie.
What a waste.
It is a waste. And look at all the time and money you put into it.
Well, look at all the time I put into butchering tonight.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
All the time and money you put into it.
Yeah. And if I would have known that they were doing this, I would have called them a lot earlier than tonight. Sam Hill. The place that carries this feed is a mile away, and they're open until 10 at night, and it is so convenient. And the place that carries Kalmbach, which is the other feed that I'll use, occasionally I'll go to Tractor Supply. But honestly, Tractor Supply, Rural King, and this other feed store in Mount Sterling are all at least like a half hour away. And the feed store in Mount Sterling is only open till 4. And if I'm at work, it's hard to get to unless it's my day off.
Well, I'll tell you what. Chewy will deliver.
That's true.
And their stuff is guaranteed.
Yeah. And my neighbor does get her chicken feed delivered, and it seems kind of bougie.
It may seem kind of bougie. Sometimes it's better to pay that little extra money, because that's what I used when I had my quail and when I had my rabbits.
The Kalmbach?
No. I used Chewy to get everything.
Oh.
I can't remember what I used. I would have to look it up here. I think I did it with Google. Yeah.
I'm going to need to start feeding my
No, it's not going to do that. I have to do it the other way.
I'm going to need to start feeding my birds apricot kernels, which are high in B17, which is a vitamin also called amygdalin. And for people, 6 apricot kernels a day is supposed to help prevent cancer. But if I crush some of that up and put it in their feed or put it in with their scratch for a little while, maybe that'll help counteract things.
Yeah, let me check something right here real quick.
Okay.
I gotta find the link. I haven't used it in a while, so okay. Come on, where's Chewy at? No. Okay, there it is. Alrighty, let's see. Trying to find orders. Order history.
Sounds like you're on the right track.
Yeah. But it's been over a year since I used it, so. Okay, for the rabbits, I used Blue Bonnet.
Blue Bonnet. Okay.
Okay. I use Blue Bonnet on the poultry and game feed too.
Okay.
Yeah, hold on a second. I'm going to show you.
Now, I've been feeding commercial feed. Are you feeding like the organic or non-GMO or any of that kind of thing?
No. This here is Blue Bonnet. I'm going to show it to you. This is the high. It's 30% protein.
Holy mackerel. That's very high. Okay. Usually I get the turkey starter. Let me go look. I have a bag of that out in the garage.
It has a lot of
I think it's Purina, if I'm not mistaken. It is Purina. Game Bird Protein Starter. And it's 30%.
that should be okay because I haven't heard any problems with it. I tell you, do not get any of the store brand or no name bag.
Oh, like the Do More from Tractor Supply?
Oh,
That was the one I think that was the one that had trouble with the nutrients in it.
It was their no name brand that had all the problems with it because because other people were using Do More and didn't have a problem with it.
Okay.
But you still want to be careful. The other one I used was Column Box Feed All Natural 60% protein layer crumbles.
Okay.
So
I think I've got Kalmbach for them before.
Yeah. You still watch the protein levels on them when you buy Kallenbach because you don't know what stores have what part.
Yeah.
But if you put on auto ship, where they ship it to you so often, which you can set that up to how you want it done,
Yeah.
you save a little bit of money.
Okay.
They ought to sponsor me.
They had a what?
I said they ought to sponsor me. But yeah. So
I've had to talk to Buckley Brothers before about their feed because their crumble had so much dust in it, and then their scratch had so much middlings in it. So I can't say, I tried to sponsor like the hometown guy, and they're not great.
it's not, you got to think about what's best for your animals.
And I've been buying Kalmbach for the chickens now more often.
Yeah,
And
Kallenbach is pretty good.
yeah.
Unless you can get somebody that will, you don't have enough, but like Zach does. He has a mill
Yeah.
that actually puts everything together.
Yeah. I've actually got a friend who I got my rabbits from, who and the ducks. And she's talking about being a feed dealer. She was talking about that last summer, though. I'm not sure if that's something that she's planning on still doing or not.
Or if she's ever started it yet.
I may have to ask her tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. And I'm not sure I would even compost it because not knowing for sure what it is, you don't want to contaminate your other things.
Well, I've already got blood in there. I think the blood's probably, I don't know what's safe and what's not safe. This is home of the hot compost, so whatever it is, it's going to get heated up. I don't mess around. Quail poop makes things really hot, and I put biochar in with it. And I've got a ton of garden scraps that are going in there because I'm taking apart the garden.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I'm talking about the meat that you have right now.
Oh, no, I'm not going to put that in, but I've already got, I should probably take the heads out of the compost. Those are the only thing that from the birds that are in the compost right now, besides the blood.
Yeah.
Phew.
String those heads up in those traps. Wire right through the next through out of the beak.
My neighbors will think I'm practicing witchcraft over here. They'll be like, she's cutting the heads off live roosters. Yeah, well, we needed to get something accomplished over here. I can see it now.
You know what you tell them? My religion's none of your business. If that's what you do on your property, it's nobody's business.
Nah, that's not how we roll around here, but I do joke about it. Especially since I raised my own birds, my last batch of chickens. And so they were straight run because I hatched them, and I had 5 roosters, 6. I had 6 roosters. And so as they got mean and they got mean and they got mean, they went to freezer camp. And mean roosters, what's for dinner? And so that was the joke at work, was that, well, I can always cut the head off a live rooster if you need me to, because I've got some mean ones at home that are going anyway. That was kind of the joke at work.
See, now, if I can do a rooster, I can do just about anything that gives me too many problems.
Yeah. There's that. Well, I was supposed to get with my friend to do her extra rabbits. She's got some rabbits that need culled. And I have a hopper popper. And those things are apparently hard to come by because the company is out of business.
The guy that did it died. The guy that invented it and made them, he died.
Yeah.
He died.
But why didn't somebody else pick up the patent or something like that? Was it patented?
I think so.
You'd think someone else could buy that patent because they're sturdy. They're good.
Mhm.
I got one used antique thing. Yeah.
Well, you know what I use? I use a choke chain
Yeah.
because me bending over to do the broomstick was my feet were unsteady.
If you've got a big rabbit with a substantial neck, that is a workout.
Oh yeah.
The first time I tried to do it was on a 14-pound or a 14-pound New Zealand buck. Great day in the morning. It was like Greco-Roman wrestling.
I did a rabbit one time and it acted like the neck was broke. Then I went to dip it in the water and it came back to life.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No. That'd be terrible.
Oh, yeah.
I bet there was a furious moment there.
Oh, my temper went up because when an animal gives me a hard way, I'm trying to do things humane.
Yeah.
And when they fight that, then I get mad.
Yep.
Oh.
Wow. That'd be a mess.
Yeah, and that was a buck. It was my second rabbit I processed. And it was a buck. And it was a witch with a capital B.
Well, I was in the suburbs and I ended up using the most common round is like a 22 long rifle round, but they make a 22 short that is quieter. And so I used 22 shorts into a hay bale in my garage with the door down. So I could butcher them more effectively. Because I'm like, I didn't know about hopper poppers then. I didn't know how else to do it. And I was like, well, I tried the broomstick method. That went over like a lead balloon. So I gotta dispatch these rabbits somehow. So I just used the old reliable.
Mm-hmm. Where there is a will, there is a way. Usually you figure it out.
Yeah, or a Remington.
Well, it's just like Chris Carden said, he uses a 22. I think it's something like that. Maybe a little higher. I told him, why not just use a pellet gun? You know, pistols? Because he's talking about how hard of a time he has using the rifle.
A rifle would be awkward, but a pellet pistol would work.
Yeah.
Some of those pellet pistols can ramp up to the velocity of a 22, so that would work.
Oh, they can ram up. Yeah. They can do some damage.
Yeah. I've only ever shot the rifle kind that you use the forelimb of the rifle to pump up. I've never used the kind with the CO2 cartridge that's like in the stock.
You know, the ones with the CO2 cartridges are the ones that can really do some damage.
Yeah.
And that was the only time I ever shot one, and it was a pistol. And it was right after my brother got out of the Marines. And a woman kept me, it was my cousin's gun.
Mm-hmm.
And my aunt gave me permission to try it, me and my sister-in-law. And so when I told my aunt, Cork took it away from us. She come out there and she said, hey, they can shoot too. A woman needs to shoot just as much as a man does. And
I've been to national matches at Camp Perry, so I would agree.
And so what happened is, he just got out of the Marines, and he bragging about his marksmanship.
And you outshot him.
I outshot him.
Yep. I have outshot everyone I've ever married or dated, except for one. And he had made his living shooting for 7 years. But
Mhm,
even my first husband, who was a cop, I outshot him very
mhm.
easily. I would go and qualify with him at the range. They allowed spouses and family members to go and qualify with the police officers at their range until I believe it was one of the lieutenant's kids put a shotgun blast through the roof of their like paddy wagon.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, from the inside out. So I think they quit having family members after that. But I qualified with them several times.
Well, see, this, back then, I was what? Oh, I was only in my early 20s.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when we had good eyesight and everything. But we were just shooting cans. It was just me and my sister-in-law was how we were going to do it,
Oh yeah.
Once had to figure out the gun,
Mm-hmm.
And then my brother, well, I got my marksmanship out. I'll show you how to do it.
Okay. Come on.
He hit the cans, but never good enough to knock them off. And with me, every shot I hit was hitting the cans and knocking them off. He got mad.
I bet he did.
Well, he's a natural bully, and it's just
And
like,
you stole his thunder.
oh
dear.
yeah. Mostly since he was professionally trained, And to me, it's just a sport. But when I went to run fair and I tried the crossbow guns,
Mm-hmm.
I was lousy.
I've never actually tried one. Dad had one, but it had a really high pull on it. And you have to do like a crank winder to get the string back to it so it's cocked. And I never really was excited about a string winder. So I never really tried shooting a crossbow before.
Well, I never tried one before until we were at Run Fair.
Oh, okay.
And I just shot my few bucks worth,
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't care that I didn't hit didn't hit what I was going for. I didn't care. Just trying something different.
Yeah. It's always good to try something new.
Mm-hmm. So,
Is anyone in the chat besides us?
I think we're about it.
Okay. I should probably let you go to bed. It's almost midnight.
Oh, I'm not quite. I forgot to eat today. No, I did. I ate some tomato soup. That's right. I'm good.
You forgot to eat.
Sometimes
I have never forgotten to eat in my whole life. I think that's most of my problem.
well, look how fat I am, and I still eat. Sometimes I forget to eat, or I eat junk food instead of food.
Oh yeah, that was me.
Okay, so yeah, I would, if nothing else, take pictures of them or take the
Yeah.
things down there and show them what you came across and tell them how much, not counting the money you put into it. And check out your chickens.
I'll probably just send them an email with pictures attached.
Right. But check out your chickens too, see if they have anything.
Yeah. Man.
Because I'm sure if you pet down that area, you'd probably feel a lump that ain't supposed to be there.
Yeah. I got to catch them though. My chickens are not terribly friendly.
Well, they got a coop you can lock them into.
Yeah, they're in there tonight, but they've got the door opens at 6 a.m. So I got to get out there before then.
Either that or turn the timer off to the door.
Yeah, yeah.
But let's hope they're okay.
Well, the new flock is they just started laying eggs, so they're probably only about 20 weeks old. And they've had Kalmbach off and on. I think more on than off. And then the old crew, I don't know what to do with them. I've got 10 new Cochin babies in the living room in a baby pool.
Okay.
And I've got my main flock is mostly Cochins. There we go. There's the littles.
Yeah.
They
Now,
just
I
they
don't
had
know.
last week.
I don't know much about chickens, but how long do they stay in a brooder?
I'm an idiot, and I hatched eggs in October, which you're not supposed to do. I'm going to have to totally reorganize my garage so that I can keep them inside, and usually 8 weeks.
Oh, which means
You know,
it's January.
oh, it's okay. I have old replacement windows. My sister replaced the windows in her house, and I got her old windows.
I got to put a sweater on. I'm getting a little chill from sitting around too long.
And so I've got those, and I can make coops and runs with those. So they'll be very windproof. They'll have plenty of sun for solar aspect. So they'll stay warmer. I can stick a compost pile in there, and that'll help heat it during the night. So
yeah, that'd be great.
yeah, I've got some alternative plans. And I can always put, like that green, like 2-inch thick, hard insulation panels. I can use that as the roof. And suddenly they're not going to lose a lot of heat from the top. You just have to get the ventilation right so they don't because a cool chicken is not bad, but a cool wet chicken is bad. So you have to have plenty of ventilation because their breathing will steam things up and cause condensation in the wintertime. And then they'll get too cold and wet, and a wet chicken is miserable.
Hey, CR, you called, Howie's left, and I think we're going to call this a night, but you may want to watch from the beginning because we did have some things that are very interesting. Amy, you stay there even when I stop the live stream.
Okay.
So everybody have a blessed night, and thank you for stopping in.
Thanks for tuning in.